Good afternoon. How you feeling?
Good, good.
Tell me your name and tell me what tribe you represent.
Kanar, Matthews, go by Spy Boy Cutty, Black Super Gang.
How long you been masking for?
27, about to be 5 years straight.
All right. What got you into the black masking culture?
My auntie, but she matched with Creole Wild West. Basically, like, I always wanted to mask, but I never knew about it until my mom brought me to Super Sunday one year. And I just looked at it and I wanted to mask, and I always told my mama, but she was like, nah, they too wild, they too reckless. So I was just like, that's when my auntie called him one day, and she was like, I got a little suit, you think he don't want mask? I was just kept in her ear like, let me do it, let me do it. And she just let me do it, and it was, took off from there.
And what position you run in the tribe?
Spy Boy.
So being a spy boy, you got to be up there in the front.
Yeah, that's how fun up there too.
Who taught you the spy boy rule?
It wasn't really no taught. Somebody showed me, but it wasn't no taught. Like I learned as I went and watched a video.
So when you say, what about learning the signals? What about learning how to play Indian? Who gave you that game?
My Big Chief Travis, Black Super Warrior Gang.
And since you've been masking, you always started out with Big Chief Travis?
Huh?
Since you've been masking, you always mask with Big Chief Travis?
My first year I matched with Creole Wild West, but the year I matched with Creole Wild West, when St. Joe night fell on Super Sunday, they both fell on the same day. I walked Super Sunday with Creole Wild West, but that night, Travis called and was like, he could walk with us. And he put me in the front spot, boy. He just took me from Creole Wild West. I've been matching with him ever since.
Wait, so you started out with the West and then you went to Black Suit?
No, so this did happen. So I started out with the West.
Alright.
But that St. Joe night, Travis got 2 kids. Big Queen Blake and Deuce, the little chief. But the little chief at the time was running Spy Boy and his daughter was running Lil Queen. So I would match with them as a Spy Boy. But they was matching for Uptown Warriors at the time.
Alright.
But I matched for Uptown Warriors when I was the white and blue, which was in 23 and no 22. 23, 22, one of them. But that year when the Big Chief Edward ain't masked, but they call him Freaky, but Freaky ain't masked, and Travis broke off and started his own gang, and I went with him.
Alright. Let me ask you this. How important it is to have respect when you meet another tribe?
Respect goes a long way. My mom always taught me that. Respect is key. If you disrespect a man, anything goes. Especially in the Indian world. You disrespect a man, anything could go.
How long it usually take you to sew a patch? Because I see you have a few patches on the side of you.
It usually all depends on what it's on. Like the gloves, I take like a week on gloves. It don't take that long. But like an apron, I'm a kid, so it be taking me like 3-4 months because I always like doing fun stuff going outside. I don't really sit down and sew too much.
Right. There was ever a time where you wanted to give up?
Yeah. Not like necessarily like give it up, but wanted to take a break.
From masking?
Yeah.
Why you wanted to do that? Speak on it.
Like I said, I'm a kid, so like I always want to have fun. And you know how it is. We come out on the biggest days. We come out on Mardi Gras, Super Sunday. So when I'm in a suit, everybody at Zulu having fun. So it was just like, and then when I started masking, like I started getting popping once I was an Indian. So it's like I never got to experience it while I'm popping. I wanted to see what it was like. But I was just like, nah, that's for the birds. I'm gonna keep masking.
Yeah, so what it's called sacrifice.
Yeah, sacrifice.
If you think the culture could speak, what you think the culture will say right now?
Probably say keep going, do what you do, keep going. That's the biggest thing to keep the culture alive.
So I did my homework on you, and someone told me that you have a podcast.
Yeah.
Can you speak on the podcast?
podcast. It was me and Big Queen Remy. We used to do it on Instagram Live. But back in like 2023, when I first got into culture and I grew a name for myself, Remy used to go live off the podcast page, and I used to join on my page because everybody used to follow me. And we used to have everybody on there, like Flag Boy, Gage, Big Chief, Romeo, Spy Boys, Flag Boy. We had dates and everything. We had Flag Boy Friday, Spy Boy Monday, Flag Boy Wednesday, everything. We had.
So what stopped y'all from being active?
Remy stopped sewing. That's all it was. She stopped sewing, and then she had locked in with basketball, so she was always busy. That was it.
You ever think about changing your position in the tribe?
Never. Spy Boy forever.
Ooh. So you'll never bump up to gang flag, and initially when you get older bump up to big chief if the position come available?
I'll probably become a big chief, about chief of a pass. That's
Right.
about it. But no telling. But probably if I feel, but like big chief, I didn't put like the way it is. It's like I'm an active person, so I gotta be active. I just can't just sit in the back and just walk and just keep walking. I gotta be active, running around. I already think I always run through the gang, open a hole. Sometimes the hole don't even be closed that much. I just like running around.
Talk to me. I seen you for St. Joseph night cutting up, meeting grown men.
Yeah, just respecting you. Cause like, it's basically like some people don't care you're a kid. Like some people do care. But like young people like in their 20s, they don't care. If you got a feather on, they gonna beat you. So if you just sit there and just let them labor you, they gonna labor you. So you gotta just show them it's not that.
No whom bow.
No one, I won't never bow down to nobody.
Describe one of the patches for me if you don't mind. Whatever one you want to describe.
This patch is like, this man, he started a tribe. And he was like a man, he used to kill everybody. And he caught him. And when he caught him, they cut off his arms. See how like this? They cut it off. So he took tape. It's the tape. And he sold it on his arm. And he had swords on the end. He just kept killing people because he couldn't stop.
So when it comes to the drawings on your suit, what ideas you come up with?
I like animals. This suit and my blue and white suit was the only time I never came animals. Well, like I said, I switched from the West. So my first suit as a warrior, because the gang I first ran for, Uptown Warriors, they was the warrior. So the first suit as a warrior was a story of becoming a warrior.
Talk to me.
Like on a jacket, I had like a small collar. Now I wear these type of collars like go around my neck. So on the jacket, it was like a man. He had like kidnapped the man off the horse carriage, and he set his horse carriage on fire. And on the apron, I had like a video of me having him in a chokehold on the apron. And then on the arm patches, I had identical twins. They were both warriors.
Somebody got a soul.
I sold that morning. I sold all night.
Somebody got a soul.
I'm Spy Boy Cutty. I'm dynamite.
Somebody got a soul.
I called my mom on the telephone.
Somebody got a soul.
I said, Mama, I'm leaving home.
Somebody got a soul.
I'm going uptown with a Henny in the room.
Somebody got a soul.
You Mardi Gras morning. I'm leaving home.
Somebody got a soul.
Say, hey, not Spy. Say what I say.
Somebody got a soul.
I killed him that morning. Mardi Gras day.
Somebody got a soul.
I meet him that night. I'm taking him all around.
Somebody got a soul.
I'm bringing my gang all over town.
Somebody got a soul.
Hey, now Big Chief, what they say.
Somebody got a soul.
Be the first Spy Boy on any holiday.
Counterfeit. I have a list of spy boys since you run the spy boy position. And I want you to tell me the first thing that come to mind. Spy boy Buck.
Buck, like legend. 3D You like real big dog. Not to me, but he play the game good. He play good game. That's what I learned from, really though. I'm gonna give him his flowers. That's what I learned from.
Spy Boy Alphonse.
Fonz always give me a good meat no matter what. He always give me a good meat.
Spy Boy Man.
Man always give me a good meat. The blue suit, he gave me a good meat. The black suit gave me a good meat.
Spy Boy B.
B always made me real. Night Ward always made me real.
Spy Boy Cutty.
Play the game. I'm gonna play it regardless. I'm gonna meet anybody with a feather in their head. You won't meet me, you step in front of me. Either one person gonna win, either me or you. I'm gonna win.
No hoom bow.
No hoom bow.
Ooh. Can you tell me about a moment on the streets that you'll never forget?
I got two.
Talk to me.
First one I'll never forget, when I met Buck for St. Joe night. This is uncut, right?
It's raw. Talk to me. He gonna see this?
Buck told me he tried to kidnap me.
Ooh.
Oh my God. So basically, when I wore this, the best suit, I had on black and green. It was St. Joe night. He told me all this. He said he had somebody location that was walking with us. So they watching us, like, see what we doing, but they up the street. So the spy that was in front of me, his name Sam, he was white. So he went to the back, and when he went to the back, Buck come around the corner. But Buck ain't know I learned the game.
Yeah.
So I know how to throw signals. So as soon as he turned the corner, he looking, and you know Buck always got machetes. So he turned the corner with his machete, and I guess he tried to come up to me. I threw the signal right here, and we just met. It was too late, because the game, like Chief, he always try to throw signals instead of words.
Right.
So he looking, and once he seen the signals, they got screaming and hollering. He knew it was rap. It was too late. He tried to kidnap me.
Tell me about another time you experienced.
When I met my man in the park for St. Joe night when I was the best. He met me good. Met me perfect. He met me like he said. Somebody gave him the game. He had to give it to me how they gave it to him.
Right.
He gave it to me good. I wasn't expecting him to just shake my hand. He played the game.
Yeah.
Because I was going to play the game. He could have been like this, trying to dab me. I was going to play him. I ain't none. Because I feel like you trying to lowball me.
Right.
And I don't like that. So I'm going to just play you, regardless. Like, I got a couple videos from this student when people just had their hand out. I'm just playing because, I got feathers in my head. So you got to meet me. If you don't want to meet me, go around.
So you wasn't ready for the meet to be over. You wanted somebody to actually play Indian.
Yeah.
And that's something I touched on earlier before St. Joseph night. A lot of Indians don't want to play Indian no more. They only want to meet for 5 to 10 seconds at the most and then shake hands. Like, we got to get back to the old school ways where we actually playing Indian the block away and we doing what we got to do.
That's how it was for me with Black Feather. I gave the whole Black Feather run for their money. Black Feather Young Generation, I gave them a run for their money. I have it all on camera. It was some. I show you a video. I met Afghanistan. I don't know his name, but the one in the blue behind Afghanistan.
He had the white and the blue on?
Yeah, with a Christian.
Well, you're not talking about the big chief.
No, not Peanut.
Oh, yeah. I know you talking about. I can't think his name offhand. I know you talking about.
Yeah,
He from out the 7 Wall. I met him too.
I gave him a run. He gave me a run for his money too. But Afghanistan tried it too. I wasn't going. So this what happened. My Uncle Worm, what they call him Worm, he like, Black Feather right there. I'm like, where they at? I'm ready. So as I'm coming up the street, cause we had just got done meeting, or we was meeting. I forgot the group name. I never knew their name. But when we was meeting them, our little flag boy, he was trying to open up the hole, but the man thought like he was trying to go around.
Right.
So, cause they never shook hands, you know, when you shake hands, the meat over.
The meat over, correct.
So they never shook hands, and he was trying to like open the hole on side him. The man got to pushing him. So when the man pushed him, everything just went left. Then when I stepped in the way, the man like to his pocket, we go around. I looked at him. I said, "Who going around?" We right there for about 5-10 minutes. He went to the back, shook the chief hand, was like, "Y'all go left, we gonna go right." We was right there for a good meal. I told him I ain't going nowhere. I literally told the big chief straight to his face. I said, I saw all night. I could be here all night. I ain't going nowhere.
Oh, you got the heart of a warrior, boy.
I ain't going nowhere. I'm gonna give you a run for your money.
Hey, I ain't seen him like you and your age in a long time. I don't know who gave you the game or who taught you or who put it in you, but you got it in you.
I don't know where it come from, but when I met Afghanistan right there, he wasn't talking that much how he usually do. But when he was like doing it, I was just playing him, and then I was like, I threw the shotgun at him. I'm like, shoot me some forward. Cause he was just standing there, he showed me some forward. But once he shook my hand, I don't know his name, but after I met him, we playing. So I'm like, not, cause you know black fellas, they humbuggers. So I was just like, I'm gonna just play it cool. He tried to run up on me, like he really ran up on me. So when he ran up on me, I was like, disrespect, anything goes now. So when we met, he like went in his hole, and I stepped out to his hole. He came back on me, I got the shotgun at him like this, all on camera. He gave me a good meet. Shook hand, but the meet with Lil Chris and Lil Deuce, our little chief, that was a meet that was supposed to happen a long time ago. They been supposed to meet, so they meet was like a big chief meet. So.
What that was for Mardi Gras day?
Nah.
St. Joseph night?
Yeah, when we met him on LaSalle. Coming up LaSalle, going to Washington, we met him. It was right there.
So you know another reason why I try to document the culture, so kids your age, the younger generation that don't know about certain chiefs or certain Indians from the past, if I document the culture, when they get older, they can go back and do the research on YouTube and learn about different Indians.
Yeah, that's how it is. That's what I have to do. Like, I thought I always learn from like watching and experiences. I was seeing videos a lot.
Yeah.
Roddy was bigger head of his time. So,
And he had a beautiful voice.
beautiful voice.
Yeah, he had a beautiful voice. But I was getting a lot of backlash in the beginning when I first started doing this. Man, our culture don't need to be seen. We don't need to do this. We don't need to do that.
Be seen. This is probably the best thing that's happening in the world right now. Best thing that's happening. This is all by hand. No machine could do this. No machine could do this. It's all hand. All this straight hand. Needle, row by row, bead by bead. Also by hand.
Let me ask you that, since you're saying it's all sold by hand. How important it is for you to come brand new front to back?
I can't really, like, the whole front it gotta be new to. Well, I wouldn't necessarily say like it gotta be new. Like some people that have on some old, but like the back, like I really don't care about the back. I ain't gonna lie, I come old in the back.
Right.
Cause I mean I'm always have on a hat, crown, but this year was my first year ever wearing a backpack. But when I wore crown, I always had my crown on my head. There was no problem for me. So what's the point of coming new if I'm always having on? That's how I think about it.
Right. I only ask because I know sometimes a lot of people. Go ahead.
Some people wouldn't meet you if you old. I know a lot of people who wouldn't be that old.
They wouldn't meet an Indian if you got an old suit on? Old patches? You got me with that one. I ain't heard of that one before.
I came old.
And somebody didn't want to meet you?
No, they met me because, like, it was like I came old, but when I came old, my suit was, like, freshly built. Like, I had brand new feathers. brand new ruffles, brand new velvet. I had brand new everything. Just the patches.
Just your patches was old. Yeah. How tough is the hookup when it's time to get ready?
This is probably my first year ever hooking up. Cause, like I said, I was a color guard. I didn't march this year, but this year was my first time ever hooking up. That was this suit. It was tough. It was tough because my big chief, like, he could like put a word in, but if you disobey his word, it's not like nothing bad. He gonna let you find out for yourself. Like the pants, I was like, I don't think the rope should go on the pants. He like, alright, go ahead. I sewed it down. I put everything on there. I showed him the pants. He was like, ugly. I set it down. I looked at it. I was like, I had to put the heat gun and pull the whole thing up and redo everything. That was crazy.
So basically, he letting you do what you want, but if you don't go from his guidance, he letting you learn from your own mistakes.
Yeah, that's how it is with him. He gonna let you learn from the mistake. My gloves and I called him for 2 days ago. He said he was supposed to have it ready yesterday. I thought it was ready, so I kept calling him like, bring it. He brought me that pad not even ready. I was like, it's not even ready. I just called him, not even ready. He was like, well, I told you. He let you learn from the mistake.
So besides black mask, Indian, and sewing, what you do outside of that? What's for a hobby?
I play baseball, and I'm a color guard. That's about it.
So you play baseball and you in the band?
Yeah.
How long you been playing baseball?
This my first year.
What position you play on the baseball diamond?
Second base.
What made you get into the baseball?
I always liked the baseball. I played baseball when I was younger. But I had moved, so I just stopped playing for the park. But I always watched baseball. I liked the baseball.
How long you been in the band for?
I was in the second grade.
What made you pick the color guard position?
I got 3 brothers that's older than me. They all did it, so it was like I wanted to do it.
Yeah. And I know we touched on how when Mardi Gras come that you can't be outside for Mardi Gras because you got a mask. If you could turn back the hands of time, would you switch back up and not mask and just be a regular kid?
Nah, it's too fun. I ain't gonna lie, if a lot of kids get to see what it's like to do it, they probably will see the same thing I'm saying. And they gonna feel like it's not worth it, because this could take you anywhere. So anything could happen. You'll probably wake up with $1 million sign. So they probably will never do it. But,
What does masking mean to you?
it means a lot. I'm the first person in my whole family tree to ever do it. It means a lot.
I'm going to tell you this on camera in front of your feet. Sometimes it's going to get rough, sometimes it's going to get hard, but you got to keep going. No matter what nobody say, no matter the backlash you get, if there's something that you want to do, you got to keep going. Because I watched you for St. Joseph night, you met grown men. You got it in you. It's not on you, you got it in you. You're doing what you got to do.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? You got to keep going no matter what. You feel me? Sometimes you're going to get tired, sometimes you're going to get frustrated, sometimes you're going to get aggravated. But it's in you. You're a warrior.
Yeah.
I don't know if you watched the videos I posted of you on my Instagram, but to see you in rare form like that, you're a different breed.
Yeah, thank you.
Anything you want to tell the camera before we cut out?
Spy Boy Nation. I'm probably the best in my age group right now on the street. I don't mean anybody. Funny story, Spy Boy Lil, I don't know what they call him, but I know they call him Spy Boy Lil. I don't know his name. Boy met me with a machete in his hand. I was just scared. I wasn't going to bow to him. We was singing Indian Red. We singing on 4th and Dryas. So while Lil Chief singing Indian Red, they up the street. I'm on the corner. I'm trying to go get him. They like, you gotta wait till he done singing Indian Red. I walked up the street when he was done singing Indian Red. I get the throwing the signal. I'm screaming and hollering. They ain't never turn around. he just caught out the corner of his eye, I guess. He just turned around. He plunged me with a whole machete in his hand. He throwing his machete around. I'm running the ball up on him. I ain't scared. You hit it with me, it is what it is. Whoa. I wasn't scared. But my mama, she was worried. She was like, back up. He got a machete in his hand. I wasn't worried about none of that. He was gonna hit me, but I ain't scared of nothing. You could be with a machete in your hand. Anything goes.
He with Golden Eagles, correct?
Yeah.
He had with a red.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know you talking about.
He
Yeah.
got the vertical with the red too.
Yeah, I know you talking about. I appreciate your time, young man.
Thank you.
Let me ask you this: speaking of big chiefs, right? What big chiefs that you know about from the past that don't mask no more? What elders?
I know about Jigga. Well, Jigga, not. I know about Tootie,
Two in my time.
Roddy.
Big Chief Roy out the Calio.
Yeah, I forgot. I know Romeo died.
Rudy Red.
Yeah, I know Big Chief Rudy. Seen them. That's and Emmanuel, Big Chief Emmanuel.
Big Chief Emmanuel. What about Big Chief Bo Dollar Sr.?
Yeah, I know about him too.
You heard about him?
That's where my Big Chief come from.
Bo Dollar.
Trans come
Yeah.
from Bo Dollars.